Hello, my friends. It's me, Kirsten, and this is the It's Giving Mystical podcast, and this is your weekly card pull for the week of August 9th. Okay, so where are we? How are we? What's happening? What can we talk about? We can talk about the fact that the Lionsgate portal just opened up within our lives yesterday. And the idea that 888 energy is so beautiful for manifestation, but even more specifically, it's really so beautiful for alignment. And I love to think about that 10 of Swords coming in last week, saying like, this is done now, this is complete. And while that might have brought sadness for some people, there is a sense of relief with it. And there is a sense of really it's done. And there's no lingering like fear, or if there is lingering fear, you're making peace with that. You're kind of putting that aside, that this thing that wasn't working for some reason, particularly on the mental plane. So some way of communicating, some way of analyzing, some dichotomy that you may have set up, like it's either or it's this or that, or it's me or them, that this somehow died away. And we can see more clearly the third way. We can see more clearly, oh, right, that way of thinking, that way of behaving, that way of relating isn't working for me anymore. And what do I want to call in instead? And that can be self-relating, it can be with other people, but just a sense of what is in alignment. 8 is the number of ease with the material world. It's a flow, a beautiful flow between the energetic, the spiritual, the source energy, and this beautiful earthly realm. So it's like there's real smooth flow in that. And we call it the number of manifestation because it's such pure alignment. So in this moment of the Lionsgate, at the end of that week that was asking us to really say goodbye and make completion around what was done, there's a sense of, okay, well now what? Like that doesn't work for me. That feels out of alignment. What does feel in alignment? And it can be really simple. It can be really simple. Like what feels in alignment is drinking more water. What feels in alignment is listening to my body a little more carefully. Oh, there's a lot I can say about it. So I hope the Lionsgate was blessed for you. I hope in some way you were able to kind of feel that as you pass this threshold, what needs to be put aside, what is no longer coming with you, and then taking time to honor your bravery or courage to step into new ways of being, and then to look forward with the universe to see what wants to be called into alignment with this new way of being in the world. It's a really interesting dance. It's very dynamic, but very hopeful and very beautiful. And I do love the Leo energy, and I love the Lionsgate as just a moment to reflect on 8 months into the year. This is what I've accomplished. This is what I've learned. This is what I'm going to carry forward with me. The card that I pulled for us this week is the 4 of Pentacles. The 4 of Pentacles is 4 earth energy, stability, structure, foundation, safety, and Pentacles, earth energy, resources, my body, my money, things I can touch and hold. And the 4 of Pentacles is an abundance of earth energy. It's an abundance of stillness. So sometimes the 4 of Pentacles can come in and it can feel like tightness or rigidity or too fixed, or we're holding on too tight, or even miserly kind of feeling. The way it came in today was so still, a very patient, very steady observation. That's the way the energy felt. Like the guy is holding this pentacle in his hands very tightly. He's a foot on each pentacle, and there's a pentacle resting on his head. I remember years ago I was teaching tarot and we were talking about this energy, and there's a sense of withhold in the 4 of Pentacles, like a sense of I don't want to share. I need to hold it tight. I have to save for a rainy day. And one of the women said, I don't see it like that at all. I feel so good with this energy. What it feels to me is like they're holding on to what's theirs. They're holding tight to what's theirs. And when they're ready, they're going to just flip it off like a frisbee. Like they can just toss it off when the time is right. And because he is kind of holding in this way that you could imagine he could kind of spin it off. And I think about that too. There's a season for every energy. So there's a season to be quiet with our resources, to hold tight to our body, to hold tight to our money, to hold tight to our earth energy, and to tend to it and to get really still and quiet. The challenge with the 4 of Pentacles is that it can get heavy because it's so much earth energy. The beauty of the 4 of Pentacles is that it can get quiet because there's so much earth energy. Take what you will from that, but notice that in this week ahead, there might be questions that come up around generosity, around what's your responsibility, around your resources, around how much you give and how much you withhold. And that's a question for you to honor in your own journey, to be curious about what are your habits around resources, and which of those habits feel stuck and fixed and rigid and miserly, and which of those habits feel safe and quiet and steady and trustable. What is the foundation you are building? What is the way you are wielding the many gifts you've been given? Like, no matter where you are, who you are, again, like if you're listening to this podcast, if we're here in this moment together, we have enough space and enough resources to have access to this, have access to this time, access to this technology. There's enough in this moment to say I have enough energy to sit and breathe and be, and that's a resource. I can sit with my body. I have time to listen to what I want to listen to. I have ways to access the world, access information. Those are all resources. So money is a resource, time is a resource, your body is a resource, your environment is a resource, the other people in your life are resources. So feeling into this energy, how do you feel? Like maybe you have the card in front of you, maybe you put it on your altar this week, and see how the card unfolds for you. There's something very interesting about this energy and the seasons in our life where we can look at this card and be like, why is he holding on so tight, man? Live a little. And the seasons of our life, we can look at this and say, wow, it looks really peaceful there. It looks quiet there. There's something about being responsible for your own energy and being responsible for your own resources. Nina, who a lot of you know, is writing a book on inner child healing. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be connected to her card. It's going to be connected to the work she does with family constellations. I've been lucky enough to get a sneak peek at it, and it's a very beautiful journey that she's created to help you access so much more of your inner child. One of the things that I know from working with people and from my own work is that one of the things our inner child was never really taught was when it was okay to hold it to ourselves, to keep it to ourselves. Part of what we do so well is to give our energy, is to nurture and serve and love and help, make beauty, make peace with the world. And that's a great gift and a wonderful thing and a beautiful thing to offer the world. But if we were never given permission to give that to ourselves first, then we are running an automatic pattern of depletion. The Four of Pentacles is an interesting energy. If that's been your experience in any way, shape, or form, a check-in on, am I feeding myself? Am I tending to what I need? Classic example, mothers out there will relate to this, parents out there will relate to this, and people who have like careers they love will relate to this. When you have to go to the bathroom and you don't go to the bathroom, you walk by the kitchen to get someone else a drink of water and you're thirsty yourself. The basic sense of, am I tending to my needs? The Four of Pentacles has nothing to do but create safety and structure with their resources in this moment in their body. And they're a little bit selfish about it in a way that might actually be quite healthy. So I offer you this Four of Pentacles this week as something to really reflect on in terms of stability, safety, resources, and how much you're giving away. That feels like the key thought. How much are you giving away? And is it appropriate? Is it right? Is it in the right season of that? Like, what do you want to think about, journal on, reflect on in terms of what am I giving away and what is left for me? And where's the balance in that? The last thing I'll say about this card is because the energy is holding so tight and so quiet, there might be this sense, like when I first pulled it and looked at it, the first thought I had was he's waiting and watching. If there's something in your life that you're not sure about, that you need to have a better sense of, watching and waiting is a beautiful energy to bring to it this week. Just watch and wait. You stay with you, like the classic thing of like you tend to your own ship before you go out into the world. There's something about what I'm going to stay here. I'm going to keep my house clean. And I'm going to watch and wait and see what else happens. There's something about this energy that would behoove you to be patient and to wait. Let other people kind of reveal themselves to you as you sit and just observe, just be with, and just notice, especially when it comes to exchange. So it can be energetic exchange, financial exchange, any kind of resource exchange, body exchange, any kind of resource exchange. Does this feel good? Am I getting what I need from this? Does this feel like the generosity is being reciprocated? Does it feel like we're both being a little stingy with each other? Does it feel like I'm giving more than I really want to give? And just, again, not be right or wrong, just to notice. And again, the 8-8 is really asking you to find flow with the material world, to have ease with the material world. So if there's ways that you have been giving too much or holding too much back, the 8-8 is going to really reveal that. It's a good lesson. It feels really good. It feels like earth energy, foundational support, safety, patience, stillness, quiet. And maybe it's just where I am in my life, but that feels really good to me. And I'm curious to see what the actual week of living that feels like. And I feel like the only discomfort's going to be when people are kind of tugging at your sleeve or something is tugging at your sleeve and you have to say, I'm not in a place to share my energy with that right now. I just will say to you, when it's right, when the energy is meant to move in that direction, it will move in that direction. And like that woman said to me all those years ago, when I'm ready, I'll know to put my energy in that place, and there won't be any confusion because I've been patient, I've waited, I've watched, I've given myself the extra time to understand where I want to go next. It's a really beautiful pause energy, quiet, reflective, and again, really peaceful. That's what I would say to you, like really peaceful. Notice the things that are kind of knocking you off your peaceful spot and see what you want to do about recalibrating and reallocating resources around that. That is your Four of Pentacles. Take good care this week, and I hope you took some time to manifest around the Lion's Gate and manifest not just new things or more things, but to manifest alignment and to manifest peace and flow and connection and ease. I hope that was part of your wish for this time. And that's it. Tarot class, I'm launching it like this week or next. So any minute you're going to see an email from me on that. I'm really excited about it. I hope you'll join me. The other thing I want to mention is those of you who have heard me speak about Stephen, who is the shaman teacher guide that I've worked with to walk the wheel that my cousin Maddie introduced me 2 years ago. I think he is coming up to Jersey, and I think we are going to walk the wheel with a group of people here at Salt House. So I'm finalizing that, but I just want you to know that's going to be a really special cycle. It'll be a total 18-month cycle. It will change your life. And like Maddie said to me a long time ago, I might not be able to tell you why you should do shaman school, but you'll know when it's time to do shaman school. So if you feel like it's time, just keep that in mind. That's going to be actually something I've wished for a long time, and I'm really excited to see it come together. Okay, I send you so much love. I send you full permission to stay still and hold your resources close and take good care of yourself. And it's nobody's business how you choose to do that. You have full permission to kind of stay tight, stay close this week. Take up all the space you need. Bye.